I can tell you that looking at voting on the McCain side right now, I'm generally more conservative, fiscally conservative. I do find myself to be closer to a libertarian. One of my things about the opposing candidate currently is that I feel like, to a large extent, he's been marketed in such a way that he appeals to the masses, to the mass group of people, and I'm not so sure all of those people are necessarily going to be helped under all of his various policies and plans and that kind of thing.
I think it's a little obvious who I voted for. And I think this country's in need of some serious change, and I'm hoping he can get it done.
I really hope that McCain gets elected because he totally he's awesome.
I voted for President John McCain and Senator Bob Schaefer. As a current member of the United States Marine Corps, it's very important to me to have a leader who is going to show resolve in Iraq right now, which seems to be a back issue that no one wants to talk about because of the economy. So based on that, McCain and Palin definitely have a clear strategy of victory and bringing us out there with some honor, as opposed to someone else that just wants to throw it to the side and once in a while talk about some wild goose chase he wants to take us in Pakistan.
What is his name? Obama Hussein? Is that his name? Who would vote for somebody like that? Seriously.
I have to be honest, I'm kind of partial on both sides. I think there's different views on both sides, so I don't know just yet, to be honest with you.
I'm afraid that if McCain was in the House, we'd have a problem with Palin because she's never been outside of the country, for number one. She doesn't know what she's doing. I just don't think she's competent enough to run for presidency if something ever happened to McCain, to be honest.
I have to worry about that too.
It's very scary.
I do like Palin. I think she's, done a lot for herself, but then again, I think she's doing it for more personal reasons instead of the country reasons.
John McCain, I have a lot of respect for the man as far as what he did in Vietnam and his time in the Hanoi Hilton. I guess my beliefs also just align a little bit more with his. I would have to say at this point, as my vote for John McCain is as much a vote not for Obama. I believe he reminds me a little bit of Homer Simpson running for the head of the sanitation department. He's made a lot of promises, and I question how many of any of these he's going to be able to fulfill. On top of that, some of his rhetoric lately, I believe the man's a legitimate threat to the Constitution of the United States of America. Socialism comes to mind.
I think our country needs a change, and I think Obama is the one. He's a very good public speaker. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's saying. He's got control. He's got composure. He has no anger inside. When I see McCain speak, it's scary.
Politics is an interesting game as it is, and we're falling into sort of a paradigm of the African American candidate, which is definitely something that's very, very powerful. It's a very powerful symbol for a lot of people. And then you also have sort of the spillover of people voting for a former administration or not.
I voted for Barack Obama. I mean, our nation is in a huge, desperate need of change right now, and for world peace, I think he'll be awesome. Obama is something that the nation really needs right now.
I think that Obama has some secret things he's not telling us. I don't know. I just don't trust him as much. That's why I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence, to be honest, right now. I don't know which side to go on. I'm a registered Republican, but then again, I might choose Obama this time around.
Definitely willing to make an effort to make sure my one vote counts. I think that's the most important part of it. So that's all I got.
I'm going to vote for Barack. I just see him as a better leader overall. He knows how to communicate better with the Americans than McCain did during all the debates and everything leading up to it.
I voted for Barack Obama. The main thing that got me to vote for him would be the fact that he has a lot of tax cuts for middle class, lower class, while John McCain has more cuts for rich people. And in my opinion, rich people have enough money.
I see both views, and I think they're pretty good candidates for a Democrat and a Republican, but I just don't like the way McCain speaks in public, and I think he's...
Does scare me too.
Scares me.
It's who to believe. I don't know who to believe.
Voted for John McCain. Honestly, both candidates are forced to promise more than they can deliver. But in McCain's case, I expect him to deliver a lot more than what Obama's promised him. I have much respect for Senator Obama. I just think that a lot of the fervor and the hysteria over his campaign is derived from a lot of other social factors. And I think whether he wins or loses, there's going to be a lot of disappointment within several weeks after the election.
I plan to definitely vote for Barack Obama. I've been moved every time he's spoken on the television. I went downtown to see him. Another reason is I do not want to vote for McCain. It would be so scary for him not to win. I had a dream that McCain won the other day, and it was just, well, I woke up in terror.
I voted for John McCain because he's been in the trenches, and I respect the fact that he knows all about what it's like to be in war. Like Barack Obama, how more Muslim can you get?
And he was Muslim, right?
I think he was.
Yeah, he did practice Muslim.
I mean, it's just red flag to me.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm
he is,
back
though.
and forth.
You know what? They are very. They beat
it
each
is.
other up in
When
every
you're
time,
back
every
and forth,
campaign.
you just have to pick certain issues that you believe in and vote that way.
Right.
Because you can't. If you can't decide on the person, you need to vote on what they're for. They stand for.
They both have different views that I either like or dislike or agree or disagree with. So
I just
in the middle.
think that we're really just setting ourselves up if we vote for somebody who has red flags written all over their name.
I voted for McCain. I think that if you have one party in control, it'll be a little too crazy. They'll get too much of their things passed, which will be a little too radical one way or the other. It doesn't matter which way.
I voted for Barack Obama. I think that Barack Obama has a very sound foreign policy. I like his idea of diplomacy. I also like his economic policies. I also feel like it's about time that we have an African American president. But that's a minor reason that I voted for him. Mostly it's for his policies.
I don't like to see somebody that has ideas of changing our Constitution or our Bill of Rights. I think they're good laws, and other laws are based on those decisions. I don't think it's a place for individual laws itself. I still hope that Obama gets a big surprise when Colorado goes to the Republicans, and I hope the rest of the states do too. Maybe if we pull this thing out, it looks like the people, I think, if they're hiring themselves a man that's very good at talking. He comes across well, but as far as I can see, all of his ideas are wrong. And, when I say this, I go against a couple of my daughters, and I have a couple other children that are in my direction. So we're divided. It's almost like the Civil War all over again.
I feel like John McCain, I like his ideas. I think that he's a good person, but I don't think that he's going to take the country in the direction that it needs to go right now to get us out of the crisis that we're in. I don't think that he has the right idea. I think maybe if he had run a decade ago when we weren't struggling so bad, he'd have a much better chance. But right now, I think that his ideas are just too outdated.
Obama, because he's not George Bush, he's not McCain, nor Sarah Palin. I've only voted, I think, one other time. I don't know, really got into it this time.
I'm completely undecided. I don't have a whole lot of time, honestly. I just started college and I work almost full time. I'm probably going to end up voting for Obama. Most of my girlfriends are.
I voted on Friday. I did the mail-in ballot, and I voted for McCain and Palin. I would have to say that my views come from looking at more conservative, but also not in the direction of socialism, more in the direction of capitalism. I also voted for Schaefer. And I really educated, and I really liked the amendments, the options. A couple in particular. I have a 7-year-old daughter, so I was very interested in the Denver public schools, the 3A, that and the ones for the disabled people. I really enjoyed voting for the judges and getting to know the judges that are in the Denver court system, and their views, their strengths, what they bring to the court system.